Hello friends, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In previous video, we discussed about morphology of root. In that point, we talk about the general structure, its type, and the functions played by a root. In this video, we'll talk about modifications of root. So first of all, we'll talk about what is meant by modification and why it is occur in the plants. Now, generally, modifications means the structural and functional changes occur in the organism that is called as the modifications. If we talk about the root or the root modifications, it means there is just changes in the root structurally and functionally occur. That's why it is called as modifications of the root. Now, why it is occur? Why it is occur in the root or why it is occur in the plant? So in the root, it is occur for to fight with adverse condition, to fight with the adverse environmental condition. There is such type of changes is occur. Okay, so that is called as why the modification is occur in the root. Okay, so this is about the modification, that is the structural and functional changes occur in the root to fight with adverse condition. Now, what are the different forms of the root or modified forms of the root? We'll study it under two headings: the modifications in taproot and the modifications in adventitious type of root. Okay. So first of all, we'll talk about what is my fusiform root. So the fusiform root are those root where the base and the tip, of the root, it is taper. Okay, the basal portion and the end portion, terminal portion of the root, it is tapers, while the middle portion of the root, it is swollen. The middle portion is swollen and the base and the tip of the root, it is taper. Such type of root or such type of form of the root is called as fusiform root. The best example, that is radish, that is Raphanus sativus. Okay, so that type of form is called as the fusiform type of root. Okay, then the next one is conical form. So as name indicates conical, it means cone-like. It is cone-like. So in this form, the base of the root, it is broad. Okay, the base of the root, it is broad and it gradually tapers, slowly or gradually it tapers towards the end. Okay, the base is broad and it gradually tapers, slowly tapers towards the tip or towards the end, due to which it appears like a cone. Okay, due to which it appears like a cone. So this form of the root is called as conical form. That is called as conical form of the root. The best example, that is carrot or Dactylus carota. Okay, that is botanical name of the carrot. So this type of root is called as the conical form. Now the next one is the napiform root. Next one is what? The napiform root. Now in this type of root, the base of the root, it is very much swollen. Okay, the base of the root, it is very much swollen and it instantly, immediately it tapers towards the end. The base is swollen and it get immediately tapers towards the end, towards the terminal point. So such type of root is called as napiform type of root. Okay, so it is generally occur in the turnip or a sugar beet. Turnip, that is Brassica rapa. So all this form of a root, it is occur due to or for the storage of food material, whether it is radish, carrot or a turnip or sugar beet. In all this form, it is occur, this modification is occur for the storage of food material. Okay. Now we'll talk about the next form of the root, that is called as tuberous root. So such type of root which having a no regular shape, those root which having no regular shape, it's swollen at any point, it's swollen at any point. So the shape of the root, it is not regular. So such type of root or such type of form is called as tuberous root. Okay, the best example, that is sweet potato, Ipomea batatas, where its shape is not, it is not regular. Okay, so such type of root is called as the tuberous root. So this is also a modified form of the root which is meant for the storage of food material. Okay, whatever the material is stored, it is in the form of carbohydrate. Okay. Now the next one is called as nodulated root. Okay, nodulated root or the nodulated form of the root. So generally, this type of root is occur in the family Fabaceae. In the family Fabaceae, particularly those plant which is called as pulses plant. In that plant, such type of root is occur. Or such type of root we can find. For example, pea plant, Pisum sativa. Now, the root of these plants having some nodule-like structures, on the root. Okay, so that nodular structure bearing root is called as nodulated root. That is called as nodulated root. So in these particular nodules, a bacteria is present, which we call as a rhizobium. Okay, this rhizobium bacteria is present in these nodules, which is responsible for the biological nitrogen fixation. Okay, which is responsible for the biological nitrogen fixation, and that is present in this structure which is called the nodules. Okay, so such nodules are present on the roots, and this form of a root is called as nodulated root. The next one is respiratory root. Next one is called as respiratory root. So the respiratory root in the plant is also called as pneumatophores. That is called as pneumatophores or breathing root or respiratory root. So such type of root is generally occur in those plants which grows along the seashores. That plants are also called as mangrove plants. They are called as what? Mangrove plants or halophytes. They are called as halophytes or the mangrove plants. So in this plant, these pneumatophores or respiratory root is present. Now see here, these are called as the pneumatophores. These are called as what? The pneumatophores or the breeding root. Now this type of root, it is the exceptional case to the one character of the root. We generally call root as a positively geotrophic in nature. It means they grow towards the soil. They grow inside the soil. Okay, so that is the general character of the root. But in this type of root, they are positively phototropics. The roots are what? They are positively phototropic in nature. It means they grow towards the sunlight or above from the soil surface. This nature is called as positively phototropic. So this is the exceptional case. This is the exceptional case or the exceptional to the character of what? The general character of what? The root. Okay, that is positively phototropic in nature. So such type of root, it is due to the gaseous exchange. Okay, that is occur to the gaseous exchange in the plant. Okay, because the mangrove plants or the halophytes which grows in the environment where there is a deficiency of oxygen. Okay, so these roots having a particular cells. Okay, there are particular poring or cells are there which is called as the lengthy cells, and that lengthy cells are responsible for the absorption or the exchange of gases in this particular plant. Okay, so this is called as pneumatophores of the respiratory roots. Now we'll talk about the modifications in the adventitious root. Okay, now first of all we talk about the fasciculated root. So fasciculated root are also a having same structure as in fusiform. Okay, means their base and the tip, it is taper, and at middle it gets solemn. Okay, as we studied in the fusiform root. But the difference between fasciculated and the fusiform is that in fasciculated root, several roots, the roots are developed in a cluster. They are developed in a group, they are developed in a bunch, or they are developed in a cluster. So such type of root is called as fasciculated root. Okay, for example, shatavari plant, that is Asparagus racemosus. So in this plant, a bunch of root, a cluster of root are developed from a single point. Okay, so that's why it is called as fasciculated root. Both the ends tapers and the middle portion it is swollen, and they are in a bunch or they are in a group. So such type of root, or we call it such form of root, is called as fasciculated root. Now the next one is nodulose root. Okay, so this type of form or this type of root having swollen, okay, they get swollen at the tip, so such type of root is called as nodulose root. The best example, that is mango ginger, or we call it as curcuma amada. Okay, so in this plant, the tip of the root, it is swollen. Okay, it is swollen, so that's why it is called as nodulose root. And next one is the beaded or moniliform root. Beaded or moniliform root. Now in this type of root, the root gets swollen at certain intervals. At certain intervals, the root will get swollen and they form the structure like a bead. Okay, so that's why it is form of beaded or moniliform root. The best example, that is Momordica carentia. Momordica carentia, or we call it as the bitter gourd. So in this plant, the roots of this plant, it gets swollen at certain intervals. Okay, and that's why they looks like a bead. They looks like what? A bead. So such type of root is called as beaded or moniliform root. Now we talk about the annulated root. Now what is my annulated root? So as name indicates, annulated, it means such type of root having a ring-like structure. Such type of root having what? A ring-like structure at their surface. Okay. So such type of root is called as annulated root. That is called as what? Annulated root. For example, Psychrotia. So if you observe this, the root of this plant, where you can find the surface of the root, they having the annular rings. They having a rings-like structure. So that's why it is called as annulated root. Now next one is the stilt root. Now stilt root, it is developed from the nodal area. Okay, generally in the family Poaceae or the family Gramineae, where we can find that the nodal area of the root, nodal area of the stem consists of certain roots which grows toward the soil, and it provides the mechanical support. It provides the mechanical support to the growing plant or the standing plant. Okay, so such type of root is called as the stilt root. Okay, for example, maize, that is Zea mays. The next one is the prop root. Okay, prop root, it is generally occur in the plant banyan plant, or we call it the Ficus bengalensis. So in this plant, the root is developed from the branches. Okay, the roots are developed from the branches, and they grow again toward the soil, and it form the base. And give the mechanical support. It gives the mechanical support to the plant. You heard about the great banyan tree, okay, which is present in the botanical garden at Kolkata. Okay, so where this great banyan tree grows in certain acres. Okay, they grows in a certain acres. So that is only because of this prop root. That prop root developed from the branches, and it gives the strong base. It gives a strong base and provides the mechanical support to the tree. Okay, so such type of root is called the prop root. Now we talk about climbing root. Okay, climbing root. So adname indicates climbing. It means these roots are responsible for the climb, to climb by attaching to the substratum. Generally, it is occur in the climbers, those plants which are in climber habit. So in this climbing plant or the climbers, the roots are developed from the nodal area which attach to the substratum, okay, which attach to the substratum, and due to which the plants grows, along with the substratum. Okay, so these plants or these roots are called as what? That is called as a climbing root. For example, money plant, that is pothos. Okay, the next one is the assimilatory root, or it is also called as photosynthetic root. This is also one of the exceptional case. Okay, exception to the one important character of the root, that is we call as generally the root are what? They are non-green in color, but in certain plants the roots are what? They are green in color. Green in color, it bears the chlorophyll pigment, and if there is a chlorophyll pigment, it means the roots are responsible for the process of photosynthesis. They synthesize the food material, and that's why this is called as assimilatory root or photosynthetic root. Okay, for example, the giloy, or we call as Stenospora cordifolia, where the roots are what? They are green in color. Then the next one is epiphytic roots. Next one is what? Epiphytic roots. Now epiphytic roots are also called as the hanging roots. They are called as what? The hanging roots, because these epiphytic roots are present in those plants which grows on the other plant, on the other tree trunk, generally epiphytes. Okay, epiphytes. In these plants, the epiphytic roots are present, which is also called as the hanging roots. Okay, the best example, that is the orchids. All orchids generally grows on the other tree trunk, okay, which is having a particular type of root which is called as hanging root or the epiphytic root. Okay, now the epiphytic roots are consist of certain cells. Okay, at their outer portion, a certain cells are present which we call as the filaments. Okay, now what is the role of that filaments or the epiphytic roots? These epiphytic roots absorb the moisture. It absorbs the moisture from the environment. Water is present in the form of vapor in the environment. It gets absorbed by these filament cells, or we call it the epiphytic roots, and it provides the water to the growing plant. Because I told these plants grows on the other tree trunk. It is not grow on the soil. Okay. So it requires the water, and that water is get absorbed by these filament or the epiphytic roots, and it provides to the growing plant. Okay, so such type of root or such type of form is called as epiphytic root. Okay, so this is about the some modifications of the root. Okay, so in this video we discuss about what are the different modified forms occurs in the taproot system and in the adventitious root system. Thank you.